TIFU by not telling my wife our son was coming home. This happened Sunday night. My oldest son is in the Marines, hasn't been home in almost a year. He took 10 days leave, so he could come visit. At first, we did not tell his mother in case the leave got denied. When it was approved, he just decided he would fly in and surprise her. I told the wife I'm going over to a friend's to watch the Packers/Falcons game as a cover to pick him up. I get to the airport and actually watch the second quarter of the game waiting for his plane. He gets off the plane, we talk for a bit waiting for the luggage, and then he goes to change into his dress blues. Now the whole time I've been texting my wife saying I was bored, the game sucked, I wasn't gonna stay much longer. We discuss the plan on how to surprise his mother on the drive back to the house. We go back and forth from having her open the front door, to see him on the porch, to just having him walk into the house. We settle on him waiting a few minutes after I go inside, as I wanted to get the whole thing on video. Free internet points and all that. I walk in, and the house is quiet. No one in the living room. A little odd, but it is after 9 p.m. Maybe by some miracle my other kids are actually already in bed. Alarm bells start going off in my head when I open our bedroom door, and the first thing I notice is the flickering candlelight. What I did not know was the entire time I was gone, my wife set in motion her own plan for the evening. She got the kids settled by letting them keep their tablets after bedtime. Took a nice hot bath, redid her makeup, and when I told her I was on the way home, lit the room with candles and put on her fuck me lingerie. So no shit, there I was, staring at my wife giving me her best come hither look, with our 21-year-old son outside not 30 feet away, waiting to surprise her. A handful of reactions to this scene are acceptable. Pulling out your cell phone and sending a text message is not one. The text told my son to stay outside. I had solved the most immediate problem of our son walking in and seeing his mother like that, but I was drawing a blank on how to fix everything else. So my brain latched onto what has to be most stupid plan I have ever had in life. I told my wife to get dressed because she would never believe what the neighbors were doing, and she had to come see. The look of confusion on her face was priceless. It took me 5 minutes to convince her to put on some sweatpants and a sweatshirt to go to the front door. Finally, after dodging all her questions and getting her to open the door, there was our son in his dress uniform, and she was ecstatic. The noise brought all the kids out and everyone was happy. Except me. The wife excused herself after a few minimum and took off the lingerie under her sweats before anyone noticed. It goes without saying I did not get any action that night. Also, in trying to salvage the whole surprise, I forgot to video it for my free internet points, so I guess TIFU will have to suffice instead. TL, doctor didn't tell wife that Marine son was coming home, missed out on sexy times in the second half of the Packers/Falcons game. Edit 1, Goldix 2, wow, thank you guys, this one post has more upvotes than my 4-year-old main account. Update, wife is freaking out that I put this on Reddit. Have been reading some of the comments to her this morning. She is worried that this story will end up in one of her Marine mom's FB groups and they somehow will magically know it was her. Lol. Son wants to take his siblings out for ice cream and a new Lego movie. Cross your fingers, people. I have to say that I'm glad that's how it turned out for you. When I got to the flickering candlelight, I thought it was going to go very differently. I was for sure expecting I caught my wife cheating, and my Marine son is in jail for beating her side piece up. I like this TIFU better. I'm so glad it isn't this. I had both versions in mind while I read this, and I've got too many trust issues as is. I'm glad it went as it did. Edit, holy shit. Turns out, sharing my insecurities is a hella of way to get karma. Who'd have thought? We need someone to write the alternate ending for us. Subreddit icon /writing prompts, we need you. You didn't fuck up. You just have an awesome wife and the surprise didn't quite go as planned. Yeah, I'm with this guy. Everyone here just wants some sort of drama. You did an awesome thing for your wife, and as a parent I know opportunities to force sexy times are a bit few and far between, But having your son who is in the armed forces come home for a bit is worth way more. Good on you. Seriously. I'm not married, or a parent, and probably will not be the latter for quite a while, if ever. But if I ever am, this is the kind of parent/spousal relationship I aspire to be/have. You go, Opus. Edit, I sent this thread to my so, and she found it as hilarious/awesome as I did. Here's to a possible repeat of Ops story in 90 years. Hit me with your best come hither look, future/you/King Loislk 6 is so. Honestly, with the way TIFUs normally go, I was expecting I told my wife I was repulsed by her and never wanted to have sex again, which led to a 2-hour shouting match, at which point I caved and admitted our son was outside. But when I tried to prove it by opening the door, he had gotten bored and walked away. Now my wife thinks I'm a liar and is filing for divorce and I can't find my son. Haha, I can only imagine the son is a lost puppy that just happened to up and decide to wander off. Probably got hungry and went to find some crayons. Op doesn't mention son's rank. If he's an LT, he probably got lost just by standing still. Looks like the only scoring you saw that night was during the Falcons/Packers game. That's a burn throw so deep that there's no way the Packers offense could receive it. Not that they could receive it anyway. Damn, your own son cock blocked you. You must not be a parent. Kids are the biggest cock block ever. You caught me, I myself am a child. They have fucking radar. Parents are alone, time to go see them. Parents have a great night planned, there's a monster in my closet. Parents are tired and decide they have energy for a quickie, I need a glass of water. I don't know how many times I completed the equivalent of an Olympic gymnast dismount, no pun intended, just before completion. High school and college, blue balls sucked, with kids it's a chronic condition. You forgot trying for a quick wank in the bathroom? I'll just hammer on the door yelling about something ridiculous. Yay for awkward coming home stories. I decided to surprise my mom when I came home from my first deployment. I made it home 2 days early, caught a fancy cab from the airport, and arrived just after dinner. I was so ready for their happy reaction that I didn't realize what it might look like to them. The cab driver was wearing a uniform and a cap. He carried my bags to the door. At night, when they opened the door, despite me standing right next to the driver, all they saw was a dude in a uniform holding my bags. My mom burst into tears, and it took me several minutes to calm her down and explain the situation. I never surprised them again. Holy shit, this is like a horror story for people with family in the armed forces. Text your son, take the car. Go get some beers, AMD gym 15, maybe 20 minutes and come back. I'd do it for my dad. Lol. Or just text him, I'm balls deep in your mother. Give us a minute. Asterisk 30 seconds. What was the hurry? You could have had your son wait outside for another 2 minutes. Making love. Making love for 2. Making love for 2 minutes. Hey man, you decided to make her happy. She'll probably make it up for you. He wanted to make her happy by wanting to surprise her. She wanted to make him happy by letting her got to the game. She wanted to make him happy by planning a night together. He wanted to make her happy by making sure she wasn't embarrassed. Geez, am I lonely. Better than coming home to flickering candlelight and her with someone else in her sexy lingerie. Lol, that would have been a much different story. I dunno, is she hot? That's a whole other subreddit though. Her commas completely change the story, don't they?